Hey everyone, it's the Brain in a Vat again, aka the Scientific Skeptic. Are you ready for a new story? Tonight, I have a really special one. And guess what? It's my first live stream. I am so honored. I don't even know what to say. I am lucky enough, ladies and gentlemen, to have all of your favorite YouTube true crime celebrities on the same stage together. They all agreed that there is just too much chaos and infighting in the true crime community these days, and they all come together tonight in the spirit of shared values and in the name of victim advocacy. It won't be about egos, views, growing YouTube channels, super chats, or exploiting true crime victims tonight, folks. This show will be all about solidarity and love. So are you ready for the exclusive interview show of the year? Well then, without further ado, let's get this show on the road. Wait a minute. Did I just say without further ado? Oh my God, I hate that cliche. Every single YouTuber says that. I retract that. I take it back. Please, if I ever say, without further ado again, pull the cork in my vat and let me drain away into oblivion, all right? Please, promise me that. So, now for the show. Grab a cocktail, sit back, and let's get started. Tonight's international YouTube celebrities are none other than Doug Hutton of Yum, You're Welcome Instigates, Fish McDonough of The Interview Plays, Benji from Benji and the Blood Monkey Fleas, AB of the AB Channel, Kate from the Masshole Report, AV from the AV Watchmen Channel, Just Joshin from the Lab, and Tiffany Marie. What's up, Kate? Welcome to the show.
I want to give a special shout out. Hello.
Well, that's nice, Kate. Who do you want to give a shout out to?
Doug Hutton, who I know is watching right now. Sir, we're about to blow up your spot. Enjoy.
Blow up your spot? Yikes. What's this all about, Kate?
Doug is somebody that we've touched on in the past. He is a garden variety scammer, and he's now moved on to using the disappearance of 2 toddler boys out in California City to actually profit from, which is pretty gross, I think.
Wow, that's quite an accusation, Kate. I don't know anything about this. AB, what do you think?
I agree. I agree. Just to correct you a little bit, after some investigation and knowing Doug Hutton, you know he's predisposed, I believe, to allowing himself to believe in these conspiracy theories, I guess. Mm-hmm. And, instead of filtering himself and doing some self-checking, he goes immediately to air, thinking that's the be-all and end-all to the information, not understanding or really caring or remembering where he went wrong, but just the fact that, he really generates some sort of narrative on YouTube, and for him, that's his goal here.
Okay, so, if I understand you both right, you're suggesting what? That he's not responsible and sort of just another opportunist only concerned about sensationalism and maximizing views on his YouTube channel. I'm going to have to fact-check all this to confirm for myself. Chris McDonough, what do you think?
AB and Tiffany are awesome. Good people.
He's a great person.
If everybody just followed me over for Tiffany, hit that smash button. Let's build both of these channels at least 100,000 subscribers.
Okay. I guess Chris agrees with AB and Kate then. I don't think they mentioned anything about Tiffany, though.
You're stepping over the line, pal. It needs to stop. Okay?
McDonough, I'm sensing some hostility here.
Don't screw with me.
Screw with you. I just asked you a simple question.
I know what your IP address is. Trust me.
What? Are you threatening me?
And I know all your little minions. Okay? Keep coming. Come to the honeypot. Okay?
Minions? I don't have any minions. What is the honey pod? What are you talking about?
You have 6 of them.
I have 6 minions?
I have trained them.
You have trained my 6 minions. Okay, then.
Okay, I don't have time for little trolls, around the corner. Okay, in fact, I hunt trolls for a living.
You hunt trolls for a living?
He's a great person.
Sorry, who do you think you are again?
187 McDonough. Okay, that means kill McDonough that's the penal code section in California. 187 McDonough.
Okay, 187 police code for kill McDonough. Sorry, I'm not going to call you by that name. You'll probably just accuse me of making a death threat and report me to the FBI.
I get it, man. It's never fun if somebody's calling you out on something. But you're welcome to come on my show.
Call me out? I think you mean threatening me, don't you?
And I'll do a whole show on you.
Oh, shucks. That would be really nice of you.
You're probably a good person, okay, deep down inside. But, man, you got to reel it in, would you? And you asked me, so I'm just going to put it out there, and I apologize for doing this on your channel. Maybe I should just shut up.
Yeah, that might be advisable, actually. Okay, I think we should move on and get back to the show. Where were we? Right, Kate. So, Kate, why do you say that Doug is just doing this for profit?
The reason that I think he's using this to profit, right, is number one, obviously, he is really throwing up the PayPal to support the cause. And number two, like I noticed today, right, he is citing his quote unquote inside information, right, which is historically up until this point extremely convoluted and inaccurate. And it begs the question of whether or not this actual insider does exist. Of course, whenever he talks about his inside information, he can't tell you the source, which is a huge red flag, particularly when none of his predictions are coming true.
Hey, 187 McDonough, what do you think about civilians getting this involved in ongoing cases and claiming to have insider sources?
Knock it off.
He's a great person.
Hey, thanks for doing what you guys do. I appreciate you guys.
I get it, man. It's never fun if somebody's calling you out on something. But you're welcome to come on my show.
If everybody just followed me over for Tiffany, make sure you do me one of 2 things. Hit that smash button on no thanks and the lab right now tonight. Let's build both of these channels at least 100,000 subscribers.
Thank you, man.
Let's just pound it while we're all here. Anybody from my channel, let's make 10 interview rooms.
Let's do it.
Let's take them to another place. Take Doug to another place.
Just answer the question, please.
So on some other places and others, because I've got other folks, okay, I have resources, as they say.
Okay, apparently you're fine, I guess, with civilians on YouTube running around claiming they have insider sources on ongoing missing person cases. So, Kate, what are you suggesting?
It begs the question of whether or not these inside sources even exist, really. And also, what I've noticed with him with this whole thing is that he is going out and actually like harassing. He's harassing people that aren't even really involved directly with this case,
Nice.
right? Like, and it just constantly brings up this hype around this stuff. And I noticed that he's also using this to try to network with larger YouTube channels. One that comes to mind is 10 to Life, who I love her, right? I love her channel. I love most of her work. I find most of her content to be awesome. But he really is using that to kind of insinuate himself into these circles. And these people have no idea who they're dealing with, right?
Great. Okay, so he's also harassing people. You just think it's all about the hype then, and he's networking to curry favor with these larger channels to grow his own? AB, do you know if there have been any legal issues? Were any charges made?
All the charges, trespassing, and then of course there was the harassment and Mike, of course, was not intimidated by it, so they didn't follow through with that.
Mike is the neighbor of the adoptive parents of the West boys. None of this sounds okay at all to me. Chris, what do you think about the harassment and trespassing accusations that AB just explained?
AB and Tiffany are awesome.
He's a great person.
Oh, okay, but are you okay with a guy who claims to be a victim advocate, harassing and intimidating people and potentially breaking the law?
And you're not going to intimidate me. It ain't going to happen.
I'm not trying to intimidate you. We're talking about Doug's behavior.
In fact, all you're going to do is embolden me to go further with you.
Are you trying to intimidate and threaten me again?
I get it. I get it, man. It's never fun if somebody's calling you out on something, but you're welcome to come on my show.
Hey, thanks for doing what you guys do. I appreciate you guys.
I'll put these people, the trolls, on notice.
Trolls? What's with this obsession with trolls?
Okay. If you go to the Cold Case Foundation, look up the intelligence arm of Cold Case. Okay? And here's a hint. Okay? We see everything coming in to that website. Okay? And we're going to have some three-letter agencies probably knock on your doorbell.
Here we go with the cop threats again. I'm pretty sure no one knocks on a doorbell. I think you ring a doorbell.
But I know more about you than you think.
He's lying out of his ass?
Apparently, I think I need to know a bit more about you, Mr. Ex-Super Cop. You're clearly a bit unhinged and irresponsible. You realize you're not a cop anymore, right? You realize that you shouldn't just use your ex-law enforcement cred to try to intimidate people online, right? You can't simply arrest people for being a troll. And it seems you don't even know what a troll is. You understand that, sure, there are plenty of actual annoying trolls, but not everyone who disagrees with you is a troll. And you realize that it's not even illegal to be a troll. Is this your first rodeo on the internet, old fella?
This isn't my first rodeo.
Well, from my perspective, it sort of looks like it is.
Go hang off a cliff somewhere. You're good with it. Okay? I'm happy for you. I'm a really nice guy. I am. And, you want to play?
No, sorry, Chris. You're not really putting anyone in a very playful mood today. Kate, could you go on, please? Sorry about all this.
Now, Doug Hutton runs a channel now called No Thanks Investigates, right?
Correct.
Which is a pivot. He was an auditor for a long time, a
An
cop
auditor?
watcher. He went by the name of Doug No Thanks Hutton. And he was your run-of-the-mill agitator. I know Desert had done a video that we did put on this channel that touched on his issue with the Antelope Valley Hospital right there, and him verbally accosting some hospital staff there and ended up getting charged.
Oh,
so
how
he actually
nice.
has some legal troubles currently pending.
AB, you wanted to add something?
Well, he can't seem to get away or kick. Sorry to interrupt. He's built up this disdain towards authority, obviously, and he doesn't feel that he needs a license nor insurance, obviously.
Right.
But that haunts you, and I think that's probably the initial thing that gave him, one of the things that contributed to such an angry demeanor overall towards, especially law enforcement.
AB and Tiffany are awesome.
Yikes. So the guy's an auditor and anti-law enforcement, obviously. I know all about auditors and the closely related sovereign citizen cult. I've been writing and reading about them for more than a decade. They're essentially anarchists. They don't believe that the law should even apply to them, and they like to run around trying to catch cops off guard in hopes that they lose their composure and maybe they can get it on camera for 15 minutes of fame, some YouTube views, and if they're lucky, maybe someone throws a punch at them or a cop pulls a gun on them, and then they might get a lucrative lawsuit. Yeah, I know all about these guys. What great values to hold as a YouTube true crime victim advocate. I've also seen this guy's public criminal record, and it's as long as my arm. No wonder he has a disdain for law enforcement. Apparently, he found a new gig and jumped on the exploding online true crime bandwagon like so many others. So, since you guys brought up that Antelope Valley Hospital thing, someone just sent me a video, so maybe we can all take a look together at what happened there. This is apparently part of a much longer live stream, so I'm just going to share a short clip. I'll attach the full video and any others in the description below. So hold on, let me just figure out how to share my screen.
Yeah, hospital guards right now. It's uncalled for. Uncalled for. The police, so far we had Dirty Sanchez. Deputy Sanchez wouldn't talk. We watched a lady be dumped out in the middle of the street with a spit mask. Hey, you know your staff dumped a lady out in the middle of the street with a spit mask on, and we saved her. So you guys know your staff is doing that. And you guys will see it on TV later, but I'll tell you right now, this is not okay. It's not okay for anybody in a spit mask that's going through something, convulsions. She was seizuring in the middle of the street. We had to get security to come back after they dumped her out of a wheelchair.
What staff did that?
Hey, can you help us? Because she'll help us figure it out, man. There was 3 security. We have the whole video. If we could show you later, if you could help us.
Is it an RN? Is it a
Yes,
nurse?
it was an RN. It was 2 security guards. And someone else, I'm not sure, but I have the whole video. The girl, she had like a on her head, and she was shaking everywhere, saying, I'm ready, I'm choking. You know what they did? They just dumped her right out of the wheelchair into the parking lot. We have it on film. Left her laying there in the truck, and then in the parking lot. And then they see that we're rolling on the cameras, and they start taking off running. And then other security, we have it on film, and then other security guards came out acting like they didn't know what was going on. But we have it all.
I've got almost 200 watching alone on mine too, bro. I don't care, you're a public servant. What's your name? What's your name?
I'm not talking to you, man.
You just talked to me, what's your name? Gomer Pyle, what's your name? I'll get your name. Lafayette. Call the police, they were just here. Hey, touch my shit, I'll fuck you up. Hey, I will knock the fuck out of you. Hey, shut the fuck up, Four Eyes. I'll knock your glasses off your face if you touch me too, bitch. What are you gonna do about it, punk? Your partner's an idiot just like you. She tried to fucking swap my camera out of my hand.
No, I tried to get your super headphones.
There's no super headphones, dumbass.
Get out of my face, dude.
No, I don't need to. You work for the public, dumbass. Why don't you go get a different job? I am the public. Hey, you're a fucking moron too. You don't shrug your shoulders, dude. You need to do a little more fucking weightlifting before you fucking bow up to me, bitch. You're an idiot. How'd you pass the job, dude? Color, shapes, and farm animals just like the cops?
Hey, did you get her name?
Yeah, Lafayette.
No, not her. The one that's in here.
No, not yet.
The lady that was hurt. Did we get her name?
I couldn't get it from her. I tried.
Guys, Animal Valley Hospital. You call up here, let them know the situation. Hopefully they can give you some type of information about what's going on. One day it's going to be your moms, your dads, your daughters.
One day it's gonna be you guys.
They're going to get thrown
Yep.
out of a wheelchair.
One day it's gonna be you guys.
It's night.
Hopefully nobody shows up for you either. Hey Lafayette, you're on camera again. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Hey, how do you feel about them dumping a lady out in the front?
Why don't you quit your job, Lafayette? Quit your job, idiot. You can't do shit. You can't do shit, Lafayette. Either can your friends. Either can the guy putting gloves on. Unless he wants to give me 2 fingers, no spit.
What happened to the girl that you guys dumped out in the middle of the parking lot?
Yeah, Donald, what happened? What happened to the suspect? Donald?
Suspect.
We're here because of you.
Victim.
Yeah, well, victim.
She's a victim.
Okay, sir, you cannot record the patient.
Yeah, well, you can, yeah. Yeah, you guys protect HIPAA, not us. You guys protect HIPAA. You're a $500,000 fine. Quit your job. Go back to work. Punky Brewster.
Oh, here we go with the huddle. Hut one, hut one, hut one.
Okay, we're gonna go right, we're gonna go left.
Hut one, hut two.
Well, he already said a lot of stuff to me and I said stuff.
Yeah, and you're live, so everybody watching 30 countries.
Okay, well, can we just ask you guys to move out so I can move my patient out safely?
You know what? I'll let you move your patient out safely, but you guys, Lafayette needs to change your ways. And hey, if you ever stand behind me again like that, there's gonna be a problem for you. Got that?
Okay.
You got that?
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you were right behind me. I felt you.
Okay.
Don't ever stand on me again.
I was blocking behind.
Yeah, it's called personal space, bitch.
You're the one in my personal
No,
space.
I'm not.
sir.
You're in mine. I was here first. You just
Okay.
you just
My
walked behind me.
apologies, sir. My
Yeah, I know. Your apologies.
apologies,
Go back to work. Yep. Thank you, Donald. You too. Get back to work. What's the telephone number here, Donald? Huh, Donald? What's the telephone number, Donald? You should quit your job, Donald. So should Rosales. This idiot right here should quit his job. He laughed all the way to the lady in the middle of the street crying and convulsing. You guys are assholes, Donald.
That's what we're trying to do, so why don't you stop filming?
You do your job and cover your gang tattoos. Hey, cover your gang tattoos. Hey, it's called First Amendment right.
Please profane.
You and your porn stash can stop telling us directives.
Refrain from profanity, sir.
Hey, are you still live? Yeah. Hey, you guys go over to Steve's channel. Go over to AV. All right, I got you. All right, you guys stay on my channel then.
Okay, this Hutton character and his charming cohort AV are lovely fellows, so well-mannered and respectful. I've seen a lot of these sorts of shock value channels on YouTube over the years. It's a cottage industry now. And I understand now why you referred to him harassing people. This is completely out of control. And not only are they disrespecting all the hospital staff and the EMTs, they're preventing them from doing their jobs and helping patients in need. It's pretty obvious that their only concern here is streaming their fabricated chaos to YouTube for sensationalism and views. They're effectively ambulance chasers. Now, let me share another one, which I just received as well, which shows them harassing hospital management and security.
This is Badell Gillard, security officer.
Can we help you?
Can I help you?
While I have no problem with you videotaping me,
You're in public. You guys can all go out of public.
this is actually property of the hospital. I have no problem with you
Okay.
videotaping me.
Yep. Okay.
But I'm just gonna ask your name for videotaping me since you can't see my name. I
I'm
think it's
gonna
only
say
fair to see
I'm gonna
yours.
say I'm no thanks to you.
Okay, well.
And I'm gonna tell you get back to work.
Have a good day.
Get back to work. Bye-bye. Director, huh? Director of the hospital. She's covering her name badge right now. Hey, identify yourself, public servant. Identify yourselves.
I'm sorry, your name is?
Identify yourself.
I'm sorry, your name
Director.
is? What's
Identify
your name?
yourself.
I'm sorry, what's,
Identify yourself.
what's
I'm the
your
guy
name?
who's going to help this hospital lose a lot of money.
Okay.
All right?
I'm sorry, what's your
Hey,
name?
this is not your property.
It
You
is
came
actually.
walking across the street to this side of the road.
This is hospital
This security vehicle needs to be back over there on that property. Now what you're doing is you're coming out here to the public and you're harassing photographers. Goodbye.
It's our First Amendment right. Cancel Christmas, you guys. Get back to work.
And nothing was staged. Nothing.
Look at these guys.
You know that, ma'am. I have the main video of these employees dumping her out of her thing and telling her.
Sure, just want to let you know I'm backing up.
Yeah, sir, I'm on the side of your car. Thanks for... I've made it 40 years without your directives. Thank you. Don't run with scissors or don't eat glue, sir. Thank you for telling me. You're standing behind me for. Just get back over there. Security guard. What your stripes mean? Nothing. Huh? Is this your little intimidation tactic? I'm gonna stand behind you. How's that? How do you like it? Doesn't feel so good when you get someone standing behind you. Dum-dum, does it?
I especially appreciate in this one the irony of AV projecting and accusing these people of harassing photographers. And while I was watching, I was curious to know how this all turned out, and if the patient had pursued any legitimate lawsuit against the hospital, or if this was nothing but a typical ambulance chaser stunt from Hutton and AV. So I looked it up and found out how it ended. Now, let me just share that article from the Antelope Valley Press. Two men who posted a video online Thursday alleging mistreatment of a patient at Antelope Valley Hospital were arrested Saturday night in the hospital parking lot when they returned there. Douglas Hutton, 40, and Stephen Lakios, 41, a.k.a. AV Watchman, were each arrested on charges of felony criminal threats and misdemeanor trespassing and interfering with a business. They were each being held in Lancaster on $50,000 bail. Both posted bond and were released Sunday afternoon, according to the Los Angeles County Sheriff inmate records. There was no information available Monday as to when either man is scheduled to appear in court. Antelope Valley Hospital officials requested support from the Lancaster Sheriff's Station Saturday night when the pair were again at the hospital. The hospital is cooperating with the ongoing investigation. The video, posted to YouTube Thursday, purported a woman had been left by hospital staff on the pavement in the parking lot by the emergency room. The video depicted a woman writhing on the pavement in apparent distress, while the videographers urged viewers to call the hospital in a profanity-laced rant and belligerently engaged with hospital security. Hospital officials on Friday said the video content was misleading and based on a fabricated situation. Antelope Valley Hospital officials said the woman had entered the emergency room Thursday night and was combative. I noticed that Dougie and AV left out that little detail for some reason. She was treated and discharged as per policy, with staff bringing her out in a wheelchair. Due to privacy regulations, no information was available as to her ailment or medical treatment. Now, you're perfectly free to speculate that this was somehow a conspiracy and a cover-up. But if you go that route, ask yourself what the likelihood is that these con artists got lucky enough to show up at the precise moment of an actual miscarriage of justice and fairly represented the actual context. Or that they didn't understand what actually happened, misrepresented it for sensationalism and views, and it was simply an unfortunate situation resulting from a woman suffering some sort of psychological distress. So, now then, I also received some videos on Doug and AV in their prior job as cop haters and rabble-rousers. Let's take a look at a few of those. The first few videos are from some kindred cop hater with a British accent who seems to have a lot of respect for Doug, and he made a top 10 video of his most viewed cop hater and civilian harassment videos.
Okay, well, you know what? Why don't you get out of your negligee and put on some decent clothes?
Yeah. There's a reason why there's sexual harassment cases.
So if you really want to get into detail,
I don't want to get into details. Just
Nice. So, not just cop haters, they're also misogynists and like victim blaming. In this video here, you might also want to pay attention to the text on screen that this creator fabricated for effect.
This video is about tyrant Daryl Butler. It's had 34,000 views and it was recorded on August 25th, 2019.
Do me a favor and get out of the street because I want you to get hit. Please? No. It's not about you being the big boy. Get out of the street, okay? Because you're in the street.
We don't need your directives. What do you mean, here we go?
Because you don't want to cooperate. I asked you guys to step out of the street. You're in the street. I don't mind you being on the sidewalk, but you're in the street. Okay?
But we can be in the street.
No, you can't be in the street, okay?
There's parked cars here. There's nothing that, it's like a bike lane right now.
No. This is not a bike lane. A bike lane is fits
Hey,
a
man,
bike
don't
lane.
get in my personal space.
Please.
You know what?
Can we please get your name and badge number?
Is that how it works?
I asked you guys to get out of the street.
I'm not in the street. Stop giving me directives, pal.
What's your name and badge number?
I'm Detective, retired Detective Daryl Butler, 25.2.
Retired Detective
Right.
All right. Get back to work.
Tough guy, huh? What are you going to do?
Yeah, you got a badge and a gun, and all of a sudden you think you're a tough guy.
What are you going to do if I don't get out of here?
Hey, you're the reason why good cops get killed. You're not at home. You can't beat us like you do your kids and cheat on us like you do your wife. Kick your dog, beat your wife when you get home. You're a punk cop. That's what you are.
This guy's pure bitch. What are you going to do if I don't get out of your personal space?
Yeah, what are you going to do about it? And he got down into your face again. Get your supervisor here, punk.
And did you notice the contempt when Doug said, retired detective? I'm interested to see what McDonough might think about something like that. Did you also notice the comment on screen about gang signs and hand jiving? Was that a bigoted comment by any chance? And given that Doug is very proud of showing the 1488 tattoos on his calves, that would be consistent with his history.
This had 71,573 views, and it was filmed on July 21, 2019.
I'll let everybody know there's a cop here. So you don't think this is cheating?
Blocking my view. I need you to
You're cheating. That's illegal what you're doing. What's your name and badge number? Name and badge number, bitch. Name and badge number, tyrant. Tyrant. Name and badge number, tyrant. If you're going to cheat here and give people tickets, name and badge number. And then watch yourself on YouTube, tyrant. Go ahead. Name and badge number. Name and badge number.
We don't have any business together. I'm not talking to you.
Hey, what's your policy? Name and badge number now.
You know my policy? What section is that?
I'll get it right now then. Curry.
There you go. You got it.
All right. Why don't you go back to work? No parking anytime. Look at this. No parking anytime. It's cheating. So you're hiding in spots where you think they won't see you. That's cheating. It's cheating. Sitting in the shade on our tax dollars? It's not what you're paid to do. Why don't you get back to work? Why don't you call your supervisor? Have him tell you to get back to work. Maybe I will. I'll call your watch commander. They know who I am.
They must know who you are, man.
Yeah, my dad worked for you guys for 43 years. He worked under Block and Baca. They damn know who they know who I am, pal.
So, all in all, I have to say I'm very impressed with how professional, cool, and collected these cops are, as well as the security guards, making Dougie look like an unhinged schoolboy with nothing to do, who probably needs to get a real job. Pretty sure the only tyrant here is the one that greets Dougie in the mirror every morning.
This has had 143,845 views, and it was filmed on September 23, 2018.
How are you? Senior deputy, right? Yes, sir. I don't know. Did you go to prison for beating your wife? Banging your wife. Yeah, I went for. Yeah, I know. It is if you saw what she looks like. He's got a gun. Stay in your car. He's trigger happy. I'm gonna help you lose your stripes like douchebag Dominguez. Name and badge number, bitch. Y'all gonna learn a big lesson. Policy complaints on your dumb asses. It's our community. Go back to yours. Don't violate anybody's rights today. Don't kick your dog when you get home. Someday we will find intelligence, people. Unfortunately, not on the police force. And learn to talk to citizens the right way, otherwise find another fucking job, idiot. Lay your badge and gun down, moron. You're the kind of cop that gets other cops killed. We'll let YouTube know that too. You rogue motherfucker. Tyrant. Be your first name from now on. Tyrant, whatever. Find out your last name in a minute, Tyrant. Don't shoot, hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. What name and badge number and I'll leave.
I understand you're trying to create some type of conflict.
No, I'm gonna create what you gave me.
Okay, so right now, you just need to step away and let
Anaya. Tyrant Anaya. All right, go back to... I'm safe. 15 feet by law.
Right now, you're interfering with my investigation.
You're interfering with my investigation. You're interfering with my investigation.
I don't have a problem if you want to...
You're interfering with my investigation. 15 feet by Supreme Court law, bitch. Go back to work. Get back to work. Tax dollar. Let's see this illegal turn coming up here, too. Give the Jack's Pizza Man a ticket, too, huh? You're a tyrant, Anaya.
I've been called many things, my friend. Never a tyrant, though.
Yeah, well, guess what? Today, and oh, look, douchebag Dominguez is here.
Hey, Doug, can I help you?
Can I help you?
Yeah, we're doing a traffic stop. I just want you to not be interfering with the officer.
He asked me to move, so I did 15 feet this way.
Step back. I told you all the way around the corner.
All right, tyrant. You're interfering with me finding intelligence from you guys. All right, cool. You look stupid on YouTube, Dominguez, didn't you? Moron. You're all gonna learn real hard.
Well, like I said.
Keep smiling at me. If I get shot and tased by you. Tyrants here, huh? Look me up, MOORPARK Cop Watch on YouTube. You can see this tyrant later.
Now, here, notice all the hollow threats and references to YouTube? Dougie clearly wants to be a celebrity and pretends that his work is important and has some positive impact on something or other.
This has had 151,962 views.
How you doing, sir? May I ask why you're filming inside the gated area of the station?
If you don't like it, build a wall.
There is a wall.
Yeah, we'll build it higher.
Okay. So I'm just asking why you're filming. Just a simple question. You don't have to be hostile.
Yeah, I don't have to answer you either.
Okay.
So have a nice day, sir.
Okay.
Go back to work.
I am working.
You're dismissed from me. Go back to work.
Part of my work.
Yeah, well, this is not where our tax dollars are going, so before you're a YouTube star, why don't you go back to work?
YouTube.
You don't know what YouTube is?
I do what YouTube.
Oh.
I do know. I'm just saying.
Hey, what's your name and badge number?
I don't know the reference.
What's your name and badge number?
It's right here.
Would you tell the judge that, sir? Is that what you tell the judge? It doesn't matter. I pay your salaries. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and give me your name and badge number, tyrant?
Camera and zoom in. Right here.
Adrian Zan, huh? What's your badge number and ID number, tyrant?
4574, sir.
4574?
What's your name?
It's good citizen, or no thanks to you. Why don't you ask your captain?
Okay. What does my captain have to do with anything?
She knows who the hell I am.
She?
And he. All of them. Why don't you ask him?
Okay, I will.
Okay, good. Why don't you go back to work now and cover up your gang tattoos?
They're not gang tattoos.
Yes,
sir.
they are.
They're spiritual tattoos.
Spiritual?
For information.
Yeah. Are we going to have a cam back? Baby, cam back. You can blame it all
Actually,
on me.
St. Michael. I don't know if you know.
What's your name, Deputy?
Hi, how you doing, sir?
You're doing good. What's your name?
My name is Adrianson, Deputy Adrianson.
What's your badge number?
4574, sir.
Thank you.
Do you have an ID number that's different?
No.
Okay, go back to work then.
Okay, I'm working right now. Right now I'm trying to figure out what
Right now you're bothering us, so go back to work, pal.
If you're in this area trying to film...
Can you tell him to go back to work, because we're just doing something that's legal? He's bothering us, man.
Hold on.
We're taking pictures. We wanted a cop car coming in and out, bro, and then we'd be done with our stuff. But we can't get that because now he wants to make the story about himself. So if you want to make the story about yourself, sir, and not give me your name and badge number...
I gave you my information.
No, you told me to look for it, and that's not what you tell a judge, sir.
You're saying you're using your camera, so
Yeah.
it's zoom in.
You can thank Billy Hutton for this. Yeah, tell him his brother says hi.
Okay.
Yep. You keep screwing with people. You keep screwing with people. Keep screwing with people, tyrant. Go back to work. Go back to work. Go back to work. Go back to work. Build a wall. Build a wall if you don't want us to see it. Build a wall. Go back to work. Go back to work. Go back to work. See, now we can leave. This is all we needed. Thank you. Now you're in my shot.
The only thing that caught my eye is this individual going all the way to the fence.
Oh, now I can't even get them leaving. All we want is a shot, man. Can you just have them drive back in and drive out so we can leave?
That's it.
Can we get your name and badge number too, sir? Sergeant? Can we get your name and badge number too?
Valenti?
And badge number?
3069.
Thank you. Ma'am, if you're making contact, name and badge number. Name and badge number? That was English.
Sanchez?
Can you put it down so we all can see? You guys all like to have your flaps up so no one can see anything. Thank you.
Okay.
Now you guys can go back to work. We're done here.
He's saying that the captain, both captains, a female. I don't know which
Yeah,
one
yeah.
he's referring to, and the male.
Yeah, I have that. Yeah, I talked to her last night. Let me ask you why not. If you're going to ask me questions, I'm going to ask you semantics back, pal. Hey, I ain't stupid. Tell this guy to go back to work. Seriously, he's looking stupid on YouTube right now. Really bad. And these are our cars, so if you could clean them and get them back to work, thank you.
They're clean. We pay
Yeah.
taxes too, so technically.
Yeah, well, right now you're a public servant, so get back to work. Get back to work. Yes, and not to be left alone from this guy. Enjoy your lunch break.
Well, guys, that's it. That's the top 10 of Doug No Thanks Hutton's videos.
Did you notice again the subtle bigoted comment against Officer Sanchez there about speaking English? In this video, Doug is bored again, with nothing better to do. So he harasses another cop on Livestream. Then he walks around the block, claiming that he's being followed, and then plans to sneak up on the cop. What a great idea. What could possibly go wrong sneaking up on a cop from behind after you just harassed him a few minutes earlier?
Well, they always sit here in the shade, and there's so much crime to be fought. I'm going live because I'm alone. I'm gonna go ask this guy what he's doing. Hey, deputy, can I get your name and badge number?
017
Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Just curious, what do you guys sit over here for all the time? And when you guys should be on the clock? Out of curiosity. I'm sorry. We're live on YouTube, just so you know.
Station 1, trim limit.
I have no ill will, I have no weapons, no nothing, sir. Just so you know.
Try to 11, let's get some hell of that Chevron gas, bring it up.
I'm actually doing a documentary right now as a journalist. Just curious.
Okay, well, right now what I'm doing is I'm writing reports.
Right?
So that's what I'm doing. I'm writing reports and I'm watching the traffic.
Okay, and how many guys, and out of curiosity, how many of you guys have patrolling right now?
Anywhere
During the
between
day?
4, 6, 7.
Can I ask a question? Down here, this is why I'm having a lot of problems over here off
What's your
Terra
name? I
Hutton.
got your name.
I didn't give you my name.
Okay.
If
I give you my name.
Well, you have to. It's policy.
Well, common courtesy, if I give you my name, you give me your name, right?
Yeah, well, you can call me good citizen.
I'm not going to call you good citizen, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was just curious because we're having traffic issues over there right now. There was almost 3 accidents where I almost got hit walking. And there's nobody there, but highway patrol's gone. And usually you guys are right there pulling over trucks.
Are you right here on the Spring?
Terra Hutton and Los Angeles Avenue.
Okay.
Right there, just right when I was coming around the corner. I was hoping you guys could watch that a little more, but
So
not.
do you have a problem with me sitting right here?
No, I just want to know what's going on, where our tax dollars are going. I do stuff of public interest, and I'm looking to find out, why you guys always. This is a big spot you guys always sit. You know what I mean? And it's like.
It's a busy spot. That's why.
Right, but you're doing reports right now.
Yeah.
So if it's.
Where would you like me to do my reports?
Well, when you're done doing whatever you're doing, that's.
Well, where would you like me to do my reports?
I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to be cordial. I'm just trying to do a report. I just want to know why you're sitting here and not doing the patrol over here, or where there needs to be, or the speeding, or whatever you guys are looking for right now, or whatever your briefing's for. I mean, you guys have briefing in the morning. I'm very aware of everything that goes on with Ventura County Sheriff's. down to.
Well, just so you know, I made an arrest today, and now I have to do the report on it. So I can't just arrest
Can I
people.
ask what the arrest was for, and was it local?
No.
Just since I'm local, I live here around here, and I just out of curiosity, just for safety, because I've got kids.
No.
You won't. You can't. It's not public information.
I'm not going to tell you that.
How can I? Should I just look it up then? For what you guys have been doing today?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get back to walking.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
All right.
Appreciate it. All right. Well, I went live. Obviously, couldn't get a good answer. Didn't know what to ask really. Besides, what are you doing? Sitting here in the shade. Sure, he's gonna follow me. He's got other people coming, so I'm just gonna walk, following or watching, but definitely just want to stay live here. Keep those cops accountable for what they're doing on our tax dollars. Pretty sure I'm gonna be getting followed here in a second. Oh look, it's Jesus. They're gonna have fun chasing me around in circles. Watch this. Please hit the like and subscribe button on mine too, please. I'm gonna sneak up behind him. If he's not there any longer, I'm probably gonna cancel this thing. All right, I guess he's out patrolling. You guys, thank you. Thank you again, Hux. Take care.
This next video shows Dougie and his ex-boyfriend and partner in crime, AV Watchman, blatantly lying about their rights being violated. What do you think the odds are that they're telling the truth here? And their lie is replicated in their clickbait title. What a surprise.
A little bit of information that's going to go a long way. You want to go by the spaceship? All right, you guys. Sorry about the scenery. What we got coming in?
We got one person in so far.
We got one person in. That's good enough to start. All right, AV Watchman. Doug, no thanks, Hutton. Proof of appearance. No filing to date.
No filing to date.
What does that mean, people? That means that we were kidnapped for ransom and extortion. We had to pay bail. They kept our stuff.
$20.
And we're upset right now, you guys. We've been a nervous wreck. Our families have been, well, certain family members of certain families have been, nervous and wondering what's going on, and people across the world. And
He's lying out of his ass.
Well, that was very revealing. We can clearly see how Doug's prior professional experience would benefit him as a victim advocate and true crime investigator. I'm really curious to hear, though, what McDonough has to say about his recent cop-hating ways, his overt bigotry, and maybe even the Nazi 1488 tats that he likes to sport on Livestream. As you're always touting your law enforcement clout, McDonough, how do you feel about Doug's disdain for law enforcement?
I think there's some really good people on YouTube, and they're doing great things. Okay?
What? You think what Doug is doing on YouTube and in real life is a great thing? Intervening and injecting himself into ongoing investigations? That's outrageous. You're an ex-cop who constantly promotes law enforcement in your 40-year career and conviction rate. How can you condone this behavior? How is any of this good for the true crime community on YouTube?
I don't even know this guy. I never met him, nothing. But he's, he does whatever he wants to do. Okay, whatever. I don't know you, dude. Okay? Let's put that on the record here.
Why are you so defensive, McDonough? No one accused you of being in cahoots with Doug.
I think what YouTube has confirmed for me, and there's a big study in Psychology Today about, sociopaths behind the keyboard and psychopaths behind the keyboard. These are the same people that during lunch in high school would knock your milk over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, they haven't changed. Okay. So the best way to handle them, okay, is ignore them. You're wasting your precious time.
Wow, that's pretty much the first rational and coherent argument you've made here tonight. I agree. There are likely some sociopaths and psychopaths behind the keyboard. I've actually written about those studies. There are several on Psychology Today, actually, and elsewhere. And I'm glad to hear you acknowledge the bad behavior of both users and content creators. But more importantly, you came out against bullies. Well done. Where I disagree with you, however, is that we should always just ignore them. I mean, we certainly can and should just ignore the run-of-the-mill internet troll. The problem, though, is that there are influencers who are doing real harm, and they're influencing large communities of followers, sometimes mobilizing them to dangerous and even illegal behavior, in addition to teaching them bad ethics. I disagree that they should simply be ignored. These people need to be challenged directly when they spread misinformation or engage in wild speculation and incite their followers. You can't simply hide behind this simple claim that they're not at least partially responsible.
You're not even a challenge.
Did you just say you're not even a challenge? Whoa, was that a Freudian slip or something? I was referring to challenging influencers spreading dangerous misinformation. Was that your guilty conscience unconsciously rising to the surface to admit that you see yourself in that criticism somewhere?
Okay, I don't have time for little trolls, around the corner. Okay, in fact, I hunt trolls for a living.
Here you go again with your obsession with trolls. You claim that you don't have time for trolls and that we should just ignore them, and yet you say you hunt trolls for a living. I mean, which one is it, McDonough? It can't be both. If you make a living out of hunting trolls, you must surely have some time for them. And what's your hunting goal anyway? What do you do if and when you catch them? Are you going to try to dox them all? What would you be willing to do? Frame them? Break the law? Maybe plant drugs on them? Or ask a corrupt cop buddy of yours to do it for you? I mean, call it an old favor? How far would you be willing to go to catch the so-called trolls, McDonough? Okay, that was really creepy. Sorry again. Kate, please carry on.
What Doug is 41, 42 years old now. At our age, it's not cute anymore. It really isn't. But he has a, long, pretty well documented struggle with these sort of things. And I'm certainly not condemning him for that per se, but we have to keep in mind that when you are in the thick of that, right, the substance abuse issue, you're probably not going to be doing the most up and up things. You're not going to be making the best decisions. You're not the most reputable person in that moment. And that's where we are with Doug now. And that brings us, of course, to the case of the missing boys out in California, the West brothers, right?
Well said, Kate. I agree 100%. It's not about condemning people for their substance abuse problem. We want everyone to get the help they need and hope they can kick it and get clean and go on to living happy, successful lives. But as you rightly said, the problem is that it can affect responsible decision-making, particularly in the context of influencing a large group of people and trying to be a positive victim advocate.
I do see that Doug is in the chat, and he is already, what did those boys do to you? We're not talking negatively about the boys at all, Doug.
That's nonsense, Doug, and you know it. You're simply trying to distract from the topic at hand, which is, unfortunately, you. And you don't like that very much. There has not been a single disparaging thing said about the boys.
But here we have Criminality Amanda. I know that I'm glad to have you, so let's let her up.
Hi, thank you guys.
Hi, Amanda. Welcome to the panel.
Appreciate it. I'm wondering if Doug's still in there.
Did you have some questions for Doug?
Oh, yeah, I got some questions for Doug. Sure.
Okay. And here's Doug.
Hey, thanks for doing what you guys do. I appreciate you guys.
Hey, I appreciate you, Doug.
I appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Doug.
Yeah.
Hey there, Dougie.
God bless you.
I don't want to hear from you because you almost got me killed. So you can.
Whoa! That's a lofty accusation.
Well,
Doug,
let us know, please. Let the world know. I've got to encourage transparency here.
You can't shut your mouth, dude. Shut your mouth, baby.
You're coming here to cause problems. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to get some answers from you.
You shut your mouth too. I'm not here. I'm talking.
No, buddy, you ain't telling me to shut my mouth. I'll run with you
I just did.
No,
so shut your cock hole.
Thank you.
Whoa, hold on a second. Okay, you're all on mute for a minute. Looks like the conversation is about to go off the rails. One at a time, please. Try to be respectful. Did a grown man just tell a woman to shut her cock holster? Did I hear that right? What are you, 10 years old, Doug? You just lost all credibility in 1 minute, buddy. 10 points lost for misogyny, and another for accusing someone of almost getting you killed without providing any evidence. And based on what I've heard so far tonight, I'm going to give Doug some more rope and a shovel. Let's find out how deep of a hole he's willing to dig for himself tonight. Okay, I'm taking you all off mute again.
So you guys just need to put it back in the box.
Yeah, what McDonough just said. Put it back in the box, guys, and let's just try to calm down.
187 McDonough. Okay. That means, kill McDonough that's the penal code section in California. 187 McDonough.
Okay, Super Cop.
I've been doing this 40 years, kids.
Yeah, Top Secret Agent 187. You tell us that all the time.
This isn't my first rodeo.
Oh, God.
If anybody wants to troll me, okay, I'm not like these other guys that just sit around and eat popcorn. Okay.
Oh, God, he's back on the
and then have a sandwich.
Again. What?
I mean, I'm a really nice guy. I am. And, you want to play?
Fine, McDonough. Let's play. What do you want to play?
Okay.
K.
Okay.
K.
Okay.
K already.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
KKK, what the hell is going on here?
And, butterflies and rocks and all those other things, those nutty things. Okay.
What? Oh, okay, that's it. Would someone get a straitjacket for Madonna over here? He's completely lost it. Hey, everyone, what's with all the silence? Where did you go? Please crowd out the babbling lunatic for me. I actually prefer the noise of you all fighting to Mr. Nutty Popcorn over here.
Did Doug really take off? That is a rage quit. You have just
Exactly.
usurped another point you're trying to make, Doug, right there. As soon as you get a scintilla of criticism or questioning around you, you rage quit the stream. That doesn't look good.
I wanted to tell Doug how sorry I was that I missed him at the courthouse when he failed to appear that day. Dang it.
Doug, if you're going to talk shit in the chat, come up here.
Yeah, just come up here, Doug. Really, honestly. You are going to continue to wax poetic in our chat.
Let me just start putting up Doug's comments from the chat.
Yeah, he's got his buddy Benny in there.
What's Doug's backstory?
Doug's narrative is Doug has PTSD and he has a service dog. What's his dog's name? It's a pit bull, but it's
Winston.
not a Winston. Yes.
Yeah.
Good boy. And he likes to truck that around and garner attention on YouTube and generate interest in the community of the disabled and the amendment auditors and things like that. But he holds on to this story about this night. He was at a strip club in Ventura.
AB and Tiffany are awesome.
He's a great person.
And there was a shooting and he got some brains on him because the gentleman took the bullet, was sitting right beside him at the table, and he got brains all over it. He saw it, and this is what gave him PTSD. We've tried for a long time to corroborate his story, and there's no way in placing him there. The only signs of the story was on the evening news there, the Fox News, local news there in Ventura County. But he latches on and claims that he was a bouncer at this club. It was one story that he likes to use. It depends. The stories changed. Depends on the crowd. Well, we all know that he wasn't there, but he has not wavered from that story on all the years that I've known him. I've never cracked him on that, although I don't believe him. But he does have PTSD, but it's drug driven and it's fueled by, substance abuse. It's the pressure that he puts himself under because he has no fixed address. He lives out of his truck. Over time, that puts a certain amount of stress on you.
Doug's timeline and his sort of backstory doesn't necessarily always jive with reality, right? And he is somebody who has, again, historically come up with some scams and grifts. Connect the dots, please. What does Doug have to do with the missing boys? He is someone who observed this case unfolding and took it upon himself to pivot his channel from cop watching and auditing over to investigating the case of these missing boys, right? And that is what we are trying to discuss with him right now, is whether or not this is something that is opportunistic or whether he has a genuine interest in the case, and then at some points he has actually hindered the case. I have questions for him, but he won't come back up here. Right, but and he is still in our chat. He just won't join the conversation. Criminality Amanda has also been following this case very closely, and she has some information that actually conflicts some of the information that Doug has been putting out there that she would contend is misinformation, correct?
Yes, correct.
No, Doug, we did not block you. You jumped down. See, like right there, Doug. Yeah, not a good look for you.
He's really pulling out all the stops tonight.
Just minute questioning too. Like nobody even gave you any really hard-hitting questions here. When you were just negligibly questioned and you jump down and say, "Good day, sir," and then continue to comment this entire fucking time. And then we say, "Come up and join the conversation." You say, "You blocked me." No, you're not blocked. We can see your comments right now. You jumped down off StreamYard. We did not block you on StreamYard. You can come back up at any time. I would ask that you do.
I could tell you something. He's threatened almost every single viable boots on the ground member, him and Benny. AV Watchman has several text messages from both him and Benny. Crenshaw Incorporated also has text messages, and it continues to happen to this very day. They do not stop.
We're talking about AV Watchman, though.
True, and I understand the backstory here.
And they've since broken up. So where Doug and AV used to get arrested together now there is some contention and maybe even competition between the two. So I would take everything that AV Watchman says also with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I've seen AV Watchman's public criminal record, and just like with Doug, it's also as long as my arm, including felony charges.
Well, Doug is back. Hello, Doug.
Thank you for making me sit in the background.
Can I get you some cheese for that wine?
You can't shut your mouth for a second.
So fucking
guys,
5 seconds.
You deleted my message, and I have a screenshot of it. You deleted my message.
Google's been deleting.
Can you shut your cock holster for a minute, really, and let me talk? Or do you want me to just stop talking and let you go back to your ranting and raving because you got nothing better to do?
No, we prefer your ranting and raving because you have nothing better to say.
Then bring up people that are doing good work. So if you guys need that, I'll help you out with your channel.
That's what we're trying to get to, Doug. All right, that's what we're trying to get to. And his name is not Billy, by the way. It's Doofy.
What's up, Billy? I don't know anything about you, bro. I don't know. I can't say anything about it.
My name ain't fucking Billy.
I mean, you could call him Billy, but you wouldn't be talking to him.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. I can't talk. I won't say anything negative about him.
With this case.
Well, AV Watchman called me on January 13th and asked me to come out and help out. And then he left me sitting in different parking lots for my birthday was January 17th, and on the January 21st, I was tired of waiting. And so I came, and so I went out on my own. Hold on, I went out on my own, and I found out what I had to find out, where locations I had to go, down to Casa Loma and outside of there. And when I heard what they were talking about and how they were talking about setting up a 501c that was a fake 501c, and then a GoFundMe goes up for $25,000 with AV Watchman, I didn't want any part of that. And I'm not here to down him or anybody else. It's not about me. It's not about you guys right now. It's about the boys.
Excuse my rude interruption, oh noble Sir Cockholster, but this show has become all about you. And when you've been a skeptic as long as I have, you can spot a con artist, a bullshitter, and a logical fallacy a mile away. No one is buying your attempt to obfuscate by saying it's all about the boys. And did you actually just say you're not here to down anyone? Gosh, by my count so far, you've spewed several misogynistic comments already. You've told everyone to shut up repeatedly. You even managed to insult Doofy and call him Billy, even after you learned his name, despite saying you had nothing against him. You're a real stand-up guy, Doug. All class. Now, please carry on. I'm confident that before this is over, you will have insulted everyone on this stream, including probably McDonough himself. Now grab your shovel and start digging again.
So, and Benny's about the boys too, and Benny's a good dude. So, I don't know why people like to trash people.
Nothing wrong with criticizing Dougie on YouTube.
Can you let me finish? Can you shut your mouth for a second? Let me finish, AB. You punk motherfucker.
You're coming off as really hostile right now and hostile.
Yeah, I'm coming off as hostile because you want to see all the text messages that this asshole has given me, and then using fake phone call. Like he calls me on a phone call, I give him a bunch of mumbo jumbo because I know who he is, and then he runs with it. That just shows how he's not smart or educated. He doesn't articulate well.
Sorry to interrupt again, Mr. Cockholster, but speaking of articulating well, could you do me a tiny favor, please? Kindly say the words exculpatory evidence.
Exculpatory evidence.
And summary adjudication?
Summary education.
Thank you.
Can you shut your mouth for a second and let me finish? When he's in a bind, he articulates well when he can premeditate what he wants to do. And right now, you guys are hold on. And you guys can premeditate it how you want. Desert Sentinel, I blocked you for a reason. You also doxed me when I was at other places.
Can you just define what you mean by premeditate?
Yeah, this is a premeditated attack on me.
This is
and I'm going to tell you
preposterous.
why it is. Hold on. You can't shut your mouth for a second. Why don't you go get another child that you can't take care of because your sperm sucks, AB? Why don't you go to a corner?
Why are you going down that low to that level of ad hom attack right now?
Because talking over and insulting everyone is the only rhetorical tool he's got, Kate. He has no legitimate arguments or intellectual tools at his disposal.
Well, if I have to shut him up so I can answer your question,
I thought you were a man
can I
of
shut
God.
him up? Can you mute him? Can you mute
What
some people
God
so
are
we
you
can
a
talk? Otherwise, I will deface this again. I'll just jump off.
See, it's insult, destroy, steal all the oxygen out of the room, or rage quit. That's all he's got.
Can you mute him?
Mute me? It's my show. No.
You want to keep the boys in the good light? We're looking for some missing boys.
No.
I'm not
I'm not casting the boys in any light right now. They're toddlers, frankly.
No. What you're doing is you're letting people. No. What you're doing is letting people in the chat deface an investigation that's going for 2 missing black babies.
And here he goes with trying to distract to the boys again and to pretend he's noble. And there's his favorite word, deface and defecate. You'd have to be an idiot to fall for this obvious con artist. Nothing about this panel, or those in the chat room, have a bad thing to say about the boys, nor could anything said here today be construed as possibly damaging the investigation into this case. The only one seemingly trying to destroy the case is Sir Cockholster here. Now, carry on, Doug, in your articulate and eloquent way.
Do you have not enough sense to let somebody talk that you have on your show? Otherwise, I'll just disconnect. I don't need to be on this show. I'm helping you out right now.
You're not helping anyone, most notably yourself.
You're not.
You could have come in here calmly and tried to explain yourself calmly, responded to the criticisms with valid responses, and provided evidence of any measurable and tangible positive contribution you've made in this case. You had absolutely nothing.
No, I'm helping you out because all the stuff that you guys are fabricating
She's
and
helping
making
you
up,
out.
No, making up and Desert Sentinel making up. Desert Sentinel has child molestation charges from the past, and I can help you prove that. Hold on. You're going to have people on this panel. You're going to have people on this panel that are going to give some shit to me. I'm going to give it back. I'm going to tell you. Shut your mouth, Desert Sentinel. I'm not talking to you.
What's the case
your
number,
mouth.
Doug?
Shut your mouth.
Does it?
Case number.
Does it? Doug, I'm genuinely.
I'll disconnect.
When
I'll
you say
disconnect.
that Desert Sentinel has child molestation charges,
He can kiss my ass too. He docked me at the hotel where AB helped me.
I can attest to the audience that's not true.
During this hospital thing, and if you guys want to talk fraud,
Did you notice how when confronted on his inability to provide evidence for his desperate accusation of child molestation against Desert, he openly admits he has none and simply says he doesn't like the guy because he thinks he got doxxed, caught in an obvious defamatory lie. And now he will probably deflect to attack someone else. Watch.
maybe he did set this up. I don't know. I don't like AV Watchmen. AV Watchmen is a fraud.
Remember earlier when he said he was not here to down anyone? Add some hypocrisy to this list.
And I'm telling you right now, he stole money from me. And if you really want to get into stuff, we can get into that on a personal level, Kate. Sure. But we're not gonna air people's. I'm not gonna air anybody's assets. What I will tell you is, if you want to talk about these boys, I will talk about these boys until we help find them or find out what happened to them. And if you don't do that, and what you're doing right now is defecating on a case where you can't give a good Masshole Report, and what you're doing is making your show look like you're insensitive and you're not a person.
No, sir.
Hey, boy, you're not. Are you kidding me? Are you? There's two little boys.
You can't even say Hold on, you can't even stay on point. You can't even stay on point. You guys can only trash me enough to where you can't communicate it.
Ooh, Sir Cockholster is also a king of projection. Everything he accuses others of, he himself is guilty of. No wonder he's best buddies with Chris McDonough now.
But you are not these boys, Doug. You are Doug Hutton. You are Doug Hutton.
I'm Doug Hutton helping. I'm saying that I'm somebody on feet on the ground who's trying to find these boys and who are.
If he's not talking, he's not going to let anybody talk.
About finding some kids that are missing right now, and if you want to judge people, hold on. Let me talk, Kate, or I'll disconnect.
See, he just wants to be heard. That's it.
It's not about me. It's not about you. It's not about
you. Make it about you.
It's about shut up, criminality. You're a fucking
institution
for control. Shut your mouth.
I'm trying to expose.
Shut your mouth. I don't need to talk to you. No, we already know where you're at. You're just psycho.
I'm not the one who floated that idea.
You're the one who can't stay with Turtle Boy and then has to leave and go somewhere else because you can't make it yourself. I get it. It's okay, Kate.
I think
it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Hey, you're a good face. You're a good face, and you're a good help with people who want to come and watch. But you're not a good person who's putting out good things, and you're going to have to sleep with that when you lay your head on the pillow at night. I hope God reaches out to you and everybody else because I'm done with this. You guys can't even do an interview properly.
All right, Doug, how many official organized searches have you taken part in? Just answer that.
Organized searches, as in what?
Official organized searches.
Outside of this case, or what are you talking about? Can you ask me a question I can answer with an articulate?
Not your own searches, official organized searches. How many have you taken part in for these boys?
This one, probably 6.
You have 6 of them.
No, you haven't.
That's no, I have, and I've been out in the desert for 8 hours. I have proof of it. All my channel. If you watch all my videos,
and finally, Doug attempts to answer a question, and he lies. If you watch any of his footage, it's always him alone at an empty gas station in the middle of nowhere or with his little agitator friends with cameras, hoping to catch some sensational story for his YouTube channel. He would never participate in an organized search. This is just like when he was a cop hater, always weaving tall tales and false conspiracy theories in hopes of a big lawsuit or catching the big video clip which will go viral, even if he has to fabricate it.
See, you can't stop talking. Somebody needs to put a dick in your mouth. It's the only thing that's going to shut you up for a Rick Fruit's ball gag. That's what you're going to need. You need to stop and try to be a reporter for a second. If you want to get a story out of somebody, shut your cockholes.
Okay, that's it. Get this low-life, illiterate, lying con man off of my show.
Just told me to put a dick in my mouth and a ball gag. Holy shit, this is okay. Like, guys, we need to get this in order here, all right? This is a fucking shit show. What the fuck?
Indeed, Kate, this is a shit show. And sadly, this is also a microcosm of the YouTube true crime phenomenon. I gave him the rope, and he hung himself like a boss. Now, hold on, let's review some clips from Doug. Let's see, one, he says he's not going to down anyone. He insults every single person on the panel, even Doofy, who he said he had nothing against. This is the caliber of person we're dealing with here. And he answered only one question and lied about it. And the rest of the time, he just distracted with insults and it's all about the boys. And just basically screamed the whole time over everyone so that no one could ask a simple question, and it was impossible to have a civil conversation. He'd be fired for any one of these comments, and he does this daily on his channel. He could never survive on a panel of peers who are well informed on the cases and not afraid to ask pertinent questions. And the same thing goes for our favorite Chris McDonough. He went on shows which were happy to have him because they think he has law enforcement clout and a big audience. All he got from them was softballs, Unmasked, Web Sleuths, It's a Crime, The Lab, and No Thanks Investigates, out of obsequiousness and fear that he will bully them if they ever challenge him. Doug here needs to grow up and learn how to be an adult. His profane-littered tirades, overt lies, false accusations, and bigoted slurs should have been stopped earlier, but it was important to let him expose himself as a fraud all by himself. So I have to apologize for the failed live stream, everyone. I was really hoping it could live up to our expectations of the community coming together in unity and projecting the community's best values. But alas, I did anticipate this sort of thing might happen, especially with this combination of individuals. It's really important to point out that there are plenty of good and honest actors in this space who do a lot of good work and truly care sincerely about victims of crime and their families. But in addition to that advocacy, we have another job to do. We need to run these bad actors out of this space, ladies and gentlemen. What we've seen today is far too indicative of a lot of the online behavior done in the name of saving the boys, and it's all about Shummer, and claiming to fight for justice when it's all about, really, ego, celebrity, and hard cash given freely by gullible followers who are convinced that these are moral and noble people. They're a constant distraction from what should matter. They do harm, and that makes them dangerous. They prey on the gullible for their own financial and social gain, and they can even hinder ongoing investigations, allow criminals to go free, and even get people killed. Doug Hutton is a bad actor, and he probably needs psychological assistance. It seems obvious he has burned all his bridges in life and can't make an honest living, so YouTube soap opera and amateur tabloid journalism is the only gig he can get. Chris McDonough is a bad actor, with a long history of making false accusations and even found responsible for violating the civil rights of 3 boys in the Stephanie Crow case. As we discussed in our prior video, the decision was upheld by the Supreme Court. Massive civil compensation was paid out, and the actions of those who interrogated these 3 boys referred to as psychological torture. McDonough needs to begin his retirement and spend his golden years traveling in his RV. So, this is the end of episode 1 of the True Crime Bad Actors. Tune in next time, where we will continue to take a look at these bad actors and several new ones, as well as some of their innocent victims and their common tactics. Tout à l'heure, mes amis.